Takeline is officially getting the gold treatment, baby. That's right. We have Olympic gold medalist in freestyle wrestling, Tamyra Mensah-Stock, out here with us right now. You probably saw her from her viral and incredible post-match press conference a few weeks ago. Not to mention, she's a pioneer in the sports world, becoming the first Black female wrestler to capture gold in the Olympics. Tamyra Mensah-Stock, welcome to Takeline.
Hi.
Hello.
Okay, so wait, first things first, where's the gold medal? I thought that you guys have to wear it everywhere around. Like, if you don't have it, it's fine. But if I thought that, the flex.
I do have it. It's actually directly in front of me in my suitcase. I just came from WWE SummerSlam, and so I took it to SummerSlam.
Do you ever just wear it around the house? Do you ever just put it on? No?
No. It sits in its case.
I'm glad you told the truth, because I don't wear championship rings ever. Just so people understand, that's not really my championship rings. I've probably worn them twice, and that was because I had to. They told me wear them to this event. So she was actually telling the truth. I think people don't really wear their jewelry around, do they?
Nobody that I know, unless I'm told to. Unless they're hey, you really should, we highly recommend you bring them.
Yes.
What is your daily relationship with the medal? Do you just how do you engage with? Do you look at it? Do you just do you sit and stare at it for a few minutes every day?
My daily relationship with the medal goes like this. It sits in its case and I don't remember where I put it.
Like that. That's real, because when y'all see athletes parading around and the media probably asked them to wear it. That's just a real reality. I'm glad that you said it. Okay, Tamyra, I'm glad that you said that.
I had to say it because I'm not one of those people. But at the same time, my husband did create a trophy room for me in our last house.
Ooh.
And
Okay,
I know
hubby.
It was incredible. And then we moved and now we don't have any room for a trophy room. And now I just look at all my trophies and accolades and I go, oh, well, they're just sitting in the garage right now.
Oh, no. Well, listen, you struck gold twice, okay?
Yes.
But because you not only won the competition, but your interview went viral.
Just because you're a female, it doesn't mean you can't accomplish the biggest of goals. And being an Olympic champ is one of the hardest things I have ever done in my entire life.
I was watching it live, and honestly, I feel like I know you. I feel like I know you. I want to root for you. I'm cheering for you and the hubby and all of that. So what has the media attention been like, post-Olympics?
Honestly, kind of like my everyday life, just a lot of talking. If I'm being honest, it's just talking with people on my cell phone, and that's pretty much what I do anyways, just in person. It hasn't really, I don't know if it's really changed who I am, but it hasn't struck me as anything new. It's just something that I'm used to. I feel like I've been preparing for this since I was born because I've always been somebody who's been extremely social. So it's kind of right up my alley, honestly.
You began your gold medal run with a total domination of the then gold medal winner. What did that feel like? And at that moment, did you feel like, oh, I'm on a run right now. I'm about to start something?
I honestly felt bad because I did not mean to do her like that, but I had a goal. And when I was done, I was like, did that just finish that fast? Did I really just do that? I am so sorry.
I can't.
I felt bad. There was no I got this.
Yeah.
That's interesting, though. Because usually you get to that stage and you talk to athletes and they want to dominate. They want that. But you got there, and when you did dominate, you felt bad. But, you said something earlier that you're social and that, you had that personality type. And you're from a small town in Texas, and I'm from a pretty small town in West Virginia. So for those who don't know, but how does a young Black woman first get into wrestling in such a small town? Because I think that has to do with why you don't feel great dominating, because small town vibes is everybody's friendly, everybody's enjoying each other. So you don't seem like you were loving the domination. Even when Jason said you dominated, you kind of cringed. I watched you. You were like, oh, did he just say I dominated her? It was like you didn't even enjoy it.
Okay. I will say it's great dominating my opponents, right? Because I like to enforce my will on people, but at the same time, it's scary when I do it. It's like an out of body experience. Like I feel like God is just like, all right, a force of nature, and I'm like, whoa, was it really like that? And so I grew up in the Houston area, and Houston's pretty big. And then we moved to Katy, which was a small town, and I felt like that was definitely more my vibes, because I felt like I knew so many people at my school. But get this, Renee, my graduating class had over 800 people, so not entirely small town.
Yeah. No, that's not small town. You can't come with the small town vibes anymore for me then, because I'm from the country, okay?
Yeah. I was like, small town city, baby.
So obviously, 2020 has been challenging for everyone, and I would imagine as an Olympic level athlete, it has been challenging. Could you take us through your daily routine, training, etc.? How did you manage to get up for this?
Are you talking about in 2020 when we weren't allowed to do anything?
Yes. How did you stay fit? How did you stay in it?
How did I stay fit? Now, I gotta be honest. I gained a lot of weight. So in terms of,
I love it.
I love this. Give us the real.
I love it. Please.
In terms of kilos, my weight class is 68 kilos, and I already walk around at like 71 kilos. But during the pandemic, I got up to 82 kilos. Wow. And I'll just leave people to do the math in that. And I still look good. I didn't care.
Oh, no, you look great, boo-boo. Don't let them tell you nothing now. I was saying wow, because that's a difference in classes.
There's no class for that. There is no class for where I reached. There was no class. But at the same time, even though I reached that, get this, even though I reached that level, I still worked out every other day. Like me and my husband, we were doing yoga together. I was doing Zoom classes with kids all around the country where I guided them in Zumba, yoga, and weightlifting. Wow. So I was being active. So it was a healthy weight that I was at. I wasn't just doing nothing, but I was having fun. I wasn't caring about my weight at all, because I didn't know when we were going to wrestle. I knew we were going to wrestle. Just didn't know when. So I stayed active and I had fun. Me and my husband would go on a run every now and then. But we were also traveling. I went to see my family 5 times. I usually only see them once a year. So the fact that I got to see them for birthdays, graduations, and holiday, I was like, hey, thank you. Much needed break. I'm not complaining.
No one's complaining. That's happy weight. I kind of did the opposite. So when I stopped doing all my intense working out, I actually got skinny. So everybody that sees me now, they're like, oh, girl, you skinny. Are you okay? And I'm like, I'm fine. I'm just happy. I'm just not drinking shakes and everything. But you talked about that you were working with younger kids and you were doing Zooms. And it made me think about something, because there's only two, I believe, Division I women's wrestling programs. And so what do you think would take to help grow the sport and get more programs at the D1 level? Because it feels like that has to be a typo, but 2 D1 women's wrestling programs? I
didn't even know it was 2. I thought it was 1. So, I'm like, oh snap, we moved up.
Yeah, so good news. Good news. You got another one.
That's awesome. That is good to hear. So I honestly don't know what it would take, but I feel like one of my dreams is to be a D1 women's college coach. And I'm trying to build my resume. I'm trying to build my legacy. That way, when I go to a place like Texas Tech or Texas A&M, wherever, and I tell them, hey, I would like to start a program, it would be extremely hard for them to deny me. So in terms of that, I feel like I just want to go up to programs so that they don't deny me. But I honestly don't know what it will take. I just honestly, maybe more people like me just bringing awareness to the fact that, hey, there's wrestlers out there and we need a place to wrestle. These females, like there's men's wrestlers. There's D1 division, there's D1 schools all over the nation that have men wrestling. All they have to do is allow women to use the women's locker room, and then we can have the program. Like, because they already have
that
mats and everything.
simple.
That's all it is.
That's that simple. No, your opinion is valid, and we talk about NCAA. I mean, and we talk about Title IX. I mean, it's a valid thing to think that if you already have a program there, now if there's no program there, we know the mats and everything like that. But if there's already a program there and it's just a locker room thing, I would have to believe that we will see you being a Division I coach in the near future when you're ready. I would have to believe that that's the truth. Like, that will happen. I'm speaking it.
I'm speaking it too.
I love it. So I'm just so intrigued by your journey, and one of the things that I'm super interested in is like, how did what are you looking at? Is there something back? Which one of our backgrounds?
I was looking at yours, Jason, seeing what comics you had, if there was any anime in there.
No anime. Wow. No, I am just beginning my anime journey. My gateway drug was Avatar: The Last Airbender. That's what.
It's not an anime that was made in America, but I
know.
See it.
But I'm talking about the style, so that's what's getting the style. And so that's what's getting me into it. And then, I watched Akira and but I never pursued it.
Hey, I haven't even watched Akira, so you've already got one on me.
How did you get, what was it about wrestling that drew you in?
The aggressiveness of it. That's also what drew me out too, because I did not appreciate the fact that people were so mean, not mean, but just aggressive when it came to practice. And I didn't appreciate how people were putting their sweat on me. I felt like I had saliva on me as well, and it was just so touchy-feely. I know, you see how you said, ugh. Imagine somebody in track and field who wore hoops, did their makeup before practice all the time, and the only contact that they would really have with their teammates is passing the baton. So maybe a finger touch and a hug, of course. Yeah. It went from that to wrestling. And I wanted to quit. I wanted to quit within the first day, the first month. But my twin had told me to hang in there because she was the reason why I actually joined the sport. She started initially. And after my first match at a dual meet at my school at Morton Ranch, I pinned the girl dang near as quick as we had started. And I was like, I could get used to this. That was actually kind of fun. So it's kind of weird. I'm nice, but then I know how to turn that switch on to be mean. And I like that I can turn that switch on and then turn it off immediately, because I don't want to be like that all the time.
Of course. I mean, that's basically, you just described being an athlete. Some athletes are that person, their ego that they are on the court. But a lot of athletes, you turn on this persona because you need to be that. Now, one of the biggest storylines of the Olympics was your love of karaoke. I love karaoke, so we're going to ask you to do a first on Takeline. I hear you clearing the throat. Yeah, get ready, baby, because it's going to be time to sing some karaoke. We're going to cue up some Evanescence. I heard that's your jam. Yeah, okay. You see? Okay. And we're going to introduce your voice to the world. Are you ready?
Oh, don't I get a warm-up song?
Okay, well, you better want to fa la 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 la. What you need to warm up? Fa la 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 la. You ready? Zuri, hit it, baby. Oh, we're ready. Now playing Bring Me to Life by the gold medalist, the first ever, Tamyra, baby. Bring us to life.
How can you see into my eyes like open doors, leading you down into my core, where I become so low, without a soul, my spirit sings.
me up.
Save me.
Save me from the nothing I've become.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like, my dog, she gets happy when I sing, so she came up to me. She was like, "Mommy, you're singing! I haven't heard you sing in forever."
Yes.
I know.
Oh my gosh, we have the fur baby here. This is amazing.
I love it.
What? Oh my gosh, that took me out. That's not like
I
for
know,
that
that
to
took
be
me
your
out.
karaoke song. Like that's not an easy karaoke song, okay?
It's
Like
not. That's why
yeah.
I need to warm up.
Yeah. What's your warm up? What's your go-to warm up?
You know, you're welcome from Moana.
yeah.
Yeah, that's The Rock's vocal range. It's a great warm up because he doesn't have that high. He's right there in that tenor. It lets you get loose.
Exactly. Exactly. So I'm like, "Hey, Dwayne Johnson, let's go."
I can't.
Oh, that was so good. Well, Tamyra, thanks so much for singing with us, for joining us, for joining Takeline. Best of luck at the World Championships in
Yes.
Oslo. Thank you so much.